Welcome to lesson 60, factoring by grouping. So in our last lesson, we saw how to factor using the greatest common factor. Now we're going to look at a factoring technique when we have multiple polynomials. So like in this case, we're going to have 4. So how can we break this up? Here are the things you're going to watch me do. I'm going to apply mental math to identify the greatest common factors for the first 2 terms and the last 2 terms. So I'm literally going to create 2 groups and find the GCF. Apply the grouping method to find a common binomial to factor out. I'm going to represent my final answer with 2 binomials being multiplied together, and then use FOIL to check my work. So let's jump in. So starting off, I'm going to write out my terms, and my goal is to set this up into 2 different groups where I can find a common factor. And this is pretty convenient because there is a common factor in both sets of groups. In the first one, I can factor 3x squared. And the second one, there's a common factor of 5. Okay, so I'm going to do the first set first. I'm going to factor 3x squared. And I get 4x minus 3. And in the second set, I'm going to factor out the 5, and I get 4x minus 3 as well. Now, this is a place to look, and what do you see? What do you notice? You'll notice that there is another common factor here. I have 4x squared in both sets, so I can factor that out as well. And watch how I can rewrite this now. I can rewrite it as 3x squared plus 5 times 4x minus 3. And now this is completely factored out. I can use FOIL to check to make sure that I have the original first answer. So let's try this. So the first ones I have are 3x squared times 4x. That gives me 12x cubed. Let's go outer. 3x squared times minus 3. And that's minus 9x squared. So already, here's my first term, here's my second term. So far so good. Let's go to my inner terms. 5 times 4x is 20x. And lastly, my last terms, 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So I do get my final answer. When I checked it over, I do get my original polynomial. 12x to the third minus 9x squared plus 20x minus 15. Hit pause and jot this down into your notes. Now watch me repeat the same steps again. I'm going to again group them. Look for a common factor. And now factor. Oops, let me write this down. This is minus 3 on the outside, and I get x plus 5. Look to see if you have common binomials. I do. So I'm going to rewrite this as x squared minus 3 times x plus 5. All right, hit pause and jot this one down. You could also check it with FOIL, but you'll find that it is the correct answer as well. Now, we have 2 here. I'd like for you to try these separately on your own. Let's do the first one on your own. Hit pause, and you're only going to try this one here. I'm going to just set up this part for you, and then hit pause to factor out the rest. All right, let's do the reveal for the first one. For this one, your final answer should have been 4x squared plus 6 times 2x plus 1. Check over your answer, and if you had it correct, congratulations. You can fast forward to the next question and try that one on your own. If you're not sure how, watch and see what my greatest common factor is and how I factorize this problem. All right, for the first set, my GCF is 4x squared. And for the second set, my GCF is 6. Okay, so now I'm just dividing. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And x to the third power divided by x squared is just x. And 4x squared divided by itself is just 1. So plus 6. 12x divided by 6 is just 2x. And 6 divided by 6 is just 1. Notice again you have the same factors in the middle, so I can rewrite this as 4x squared plus 6 times 2x plus 1. Alright, hit pause and let's try the second one. Okay, we'll do the reveal on the second one in 3, 2, 1, and this one 5x squared plus 6 times 2x minus 3. So knowing this, you can recognize that this would have been the greatest common factor for the first set. And in our second set, 6 would have been the greatest common factor. Okay, so I'll leave you with that part for now so you can work out the rest, get some more practice in. And again, this is just another method to factor polynomials. I'll see you in the next lesson. Be well.